Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with another Master Duel video. Today we'll be showcasing you for hires. This has been requested from one of my boys, Aki, on the Discord. If you guys want recommendations, hit me up on Discord or on the comment section of any video. I'll be sure to make it eventually. This took a while for Aki to get me to make because I don't really like for hires, but after playing with this deck, it's kind of cool. I kind of enjoy it. It kind of feels like Flu, but just worse because you have to special summon monsters and you can get max seed, and it's just horrible. But it's actually pretty fun. This is my deck list that I'm running. A lot of deck lists was running 3 Raphaels, but this card can be a giga brick. I don't understand how you can even run 3. But anyway, we'll just go from the beginning. We have 2 Philos. This allows you, so all for hire effects allows you to, if you normal summon a guy, you have a once per turn effect of being able to special summon another fur hire from your hand, and after you special summon a fur hire, you get a unique effect, which is in this case for Philo, you can target one fur hire monster in your graveyard and special summon it in defense position, but place it at the bottom of the deck if it leaves the field. So this is the basic interaction with fur hires. I have 2 max Cs. You can put 3 in if you have 3. I don't have 3. I'm still crafting them. And then we have Domper Marksman. When you special summon something, you can destroy 1 face-up card, which is really good. 3 ashes. We have 1 Helmsman or Fur Hire, and this is if you special summon a Fur Hire monster, you can discard 1 card and draw 1 card. So pretty decent. This will help you with your combo, as some of your cards will special summon from the graveyard. You discard 1 Fur Hire, and then you special summon 1 from the graveyard, for example. And that also will proc the secondary effect because it's whenever anything special summon. This card's the this is the Giga carry of the deck. So when you special summon a Fur Hire onto the field, you can add 1 Fur Hire monster from your deck to your hand, which is really, really important. And then I'm also running DPE engine because it has good interactions with DPE. And it also carries the deck. We have Seal the Strategist. And when this card, when a Fur Hire is special summon, you can target 1 Fur Hire in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Next we have Bravo Fighter. This is when you special summon. This is once time though. All Fur Hires gains 500 attack and defense. We're running Scythe for DPE Scythe. It actually comes out very, very easily. DPE Scythe. And then we're running the 3 trios: Dinah, Wiz, and Raffaelli. Dinah basically, these 3 cards run a little bit differently. They don't have after you summon this card, you don't have a option to special summon again, but they have an effect, a like really big, strong effect. So for instance, this one, when it's special summon, you can banish cards from your opponent's graveyard to the number of Fur Hires you control. The Wiz allows you to gain life points for each monster you control for higher monsters, and also for once per turn you can discard 1 Fur Hire card to negate activations or spell and traps, and Raphael allows you to do a monster negate. I'm running 2 Godalas because Flu's around. I need to get rid of Wind Barrier Statue, Monster Reborn, Reinforcements on Army, 2 Fusion Destinies, 1 Lightning Storm, 3 Pot of Prosperities. Very, very important to actually search for your cards. Formation Tanky, 2 Call by the Graves, 1 Mayhem or Fur Hire, which will allow you to special summon 1 Fur Hire in defense position from your graveyard. Rookie Fur Hire, which will allow you to get into your beat usually most of the time. And 1 Imperm. For the extra deck, we're running DPE. We're running Ronin Raccoon. Never seen this being used. But these cards are the hardest to use, especially the Borbo Zeus combo, because it's just really hard to find the same like level monster. But I have Phoenix, IP, Dagda. IP Crusadia is a decent combo. IP Virgo is also kind of decent. Dagda for the combo with DPE, Verde DPE, a Unicorn, Crusadia, Appaloosa, Access Code Talker, and finally Underworld Goddess for our utility extra deck. I would have to say this deck is carried mostly by DPE. I never use any of the Exceed monsters. They're usually for pots. Sometimes carried by IP Crusadia. Not very often carried by this card. A lot of times carried by Unicorn, rarely carried by Underworld, and Access Code Talker. You don't appreciate him, but he does carry the deck. He OTKs when he needs to OTK, and Appaloosa is really good if you're feeling like you're about to get the Nibiru, which is very often because you're going to be special summoning a lot of monsters. So before the 5th summon, make sure you go into Appaloosa sometimes, which is, you know, a decent carry in itself, but it rarely occurs. This Phoenix card also doesn't come up too much over Unicorn, but sometimes you will need it. Dagda DP carries you a lot of the times, and yeah, moving on to the games. So for the first game of Fur Hires, I drew into 3 Porter's Proserities, which is pretty decent, and 1 Philo, which is okay. So there's not really much combos for Fur Hires. I have to call by this because why is it important to call by this is because you don't really know how many times you're going to special summon in a turn. Typically, it's on average it's usually 3 or 2. 3 or 2 times. You can easily get out DPE with this deck because if you have 2 Fur Hires as a DPE, there's not many combos in this deck. It's just that you have to remember each interaction and how to get out what kind of end board that you want to get out, and for the deck that you're facing, for the enemy that you're facing. So I'm just going to run you down a few of the mechanics, and hopefully you can get a hang of it after I walk you through the combo. I discarded with the Pot of Prosperity the Exceed monsters because they just never show up. I get beat, so I normal summon it first. Special summon uses its effect to special summon the Philo, which will allow me to get the monster negate here. This is important. You want this card doesn't. I didn't special summon this card first because I don't have anything in the graveyard to special summon any for higher monsters special summon. So I use the beat so I normal summon the beat first. This will allow me to get a monster negate. After I special summoned using this guy's effect, and this will allow me to extricate and get a Ash on the board. This is technically not a monster negate. Actually, I'm somewhat lying because you need to have a for higher monster to discard to actually have a monster negate. But as you can see, DPE comes out very, very easily with a monster negate or a spell or trap card negate. But he quickly Nibirus it. I save my DPE, right, but I get a smaller token. So I pop this and the Verde to get a decently sized token. And I also have a DPE on board on the next turn. As you can see, very important to go Appaloosa, but I just didn't have 4 materials, so I couldn't. He goes into Forbidden Droplets, which is alright. And he is a Tri-Brigade deck. So this allows, but he does some weird stuff and goes into Alamirage. So I'm just gonna Ash his Nerval, I believe. This will allow him to add Tri-Brigade cards. So I'm just not gonna let him add any cards. He's already like very behind because he started with a lot of like hand traps and, you know, like counterplay cards. So he doesn't have any like, you know, do stuff cards. So all I have to do was just wait it out. He goes into DPE himself. Now it becomes the awkward DPE game. He summons it in defense position. He also starts popping. Pops Verde and my DPE, which is very, very interesting. We're on about the same life points here. So here we go. We go into DPE. He actually changed, so I can actually change my DPE to attack him first. If this is only important if you have anything on board, or they have something on board. So now we have a clear board. But I have Monster Reborn and Pot of Prosperity. I'm gonna go with Pot of Prosperity first just to see what I get. And the other 3 cards I'm gonna get rid of is Appaloosa because I already missed my opportunity of Appaloosa. So Zeus and Access Code Talker. I'm gonna go Monster Reborn his DPE. So I basically essentially steal it. It doesn't come back for him. He gets a Dashido. And I'll just attack with his DPE. Just to whittle him down a little bit. And I will get my own DPE back, but no, he actually call buys it, so I don't get it back, but I get my Dasher back as well, kind of mirroring each other. And we're gonna go into Max C, which will stop his harassed from doing too many hardcore stuff, he summons into Bear Brum and he scoops from there because he cannot play further, or he'll give me too much maxi value. So I have to say for hires is like a little bit of a meme deck. It's not very good at the moment. I heard it gets good after it gets a little bit of support, but I don't think it's gonna be as good as Flu. It feels very similar to Flu, but it just doesn't do the same thing as Flu, which is very, very important. So we started off with this game with Fire Formation Tenki. This always gets this card, by the way. It doesn't get anything else. It always gets this card because this is the Beast Warrior. If you don't know, these cards are actually like not all Beast Warriors. There are actually some Warriors, some Beast Warriors, and it becomes a little bit awkward, but it's decent. I will use this card to special summon this card, which will allow me to special summon another Sealed. This will allow me to add a card. Why I did it this way is, if you think about it, if I summon this card first and then special summon Seal, I will not get the third Seal out because its other special summon is limited, where it cannot be the same monster. So I had to go Seal into Beat into Seal. But the Ash Blossoms my Beat, which is really, really unfortunate. So what we do here is, this is the first time I could actually go into Zeus, but it's turn 1, so I can't because I can't attack him. So I just go into DPE again. As you can see, DPE carries this deck very, very hard. Very, very hard. And I ended off with DPE. If you play it well, you can actually go into Artifact Scythe first, right? If you go into Artifact Scythe first and have a and special summon something, you can actually proc the Dagda and then go into DPE Scythe. But this time I actually didn't have anything, so I could not proc, which is unfortunate. So he goes into his own DPE here, and I will use my DPE effect. This will allow me to pop my own DPE or the Fire Formation Tenki. He popped very well there, where he popped not my DPE, and he actually goes for the Called By, which will means my DPE doesn't come back, unfortunately. But I think it negates his DPE effect. Yeah, his DPE doesn't come back either, which is now very, very excruciatingly funny. But now we have a Verde on board, and that's it. So I'm just gonna set Cool Bite and hope for the best here and attack him in the face. Fortunately enough, he doesn't have anything, which is good. I get my Mayhem for higher, which will allow me to special summon one card in defense position. This will be my sealed formation, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go into Unicorn here. This Unicorn will allow me to discard a card and send this card back, but he doesn't want anything to do with that, so he effect failures me. This shows me he's like needs board control, but I'm just gonna attack him with the Unicorn, and it's probably nothing. I'm surprised that he didn't have it in attack position and attacked my Verde there. If he attacked my Verde there, I would be in an excruciatingly bad position. But now he gets 2 cards from his Celestial draw. I could have done my Celestial draw too if I set my Lightning Storm. So I set both of these cards down and go for my Celestial draw. I activate my Moss Reborn to get my Beat. Beat will allow me to get the Raphael. Boom, now I have a monster negate, and I get to add a card to hand. You can chain block with your Raphael on summon. So Raphael will go first and allows me to, excavate my deck and see what I can get. I go into Philo here. I go into Link 4 access code. This will allow me to banish my Verde, which will pop this guy. I can't pop my Unicorn, but he's pretty dead with these 2 cards on board, which is, you can see, access code carry, DPE carry is the usual deck. And this will be the last replay of for hires. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let's jump straight into the third replay, the third last replay. So my hand is pretty okay. Like, if you start off with any for hire that you can summon, it's pretty good. He's a Adventurer deck, Adventurer combo deck. I still don't know what this combo actually entails. I think it's just you get a Griffin and you can get an Omni Negate, but that's about it. And then you get some tokens that you can use to extend the combos, which is pretty gnarly if you think about it. So I'm just gonna Ash it, so just to not, you know, think about it too hard. But he gets to activate it again, which is so sad. And he goes into Dagda. He goes into Dagda Scythe. But I don't think he can get out a Griffin. He links it out into Verde, so he's going for the DP Scythe. And I go for the Imperm here. What amazing card. Imperm, very, very important to have. I recommend 2 or 3 copies of. I only have 1 from the bundle, but if you have 2 or 3, have them in every single deck. Super important in this meta right now with Flu and stuff. And what I have here is Celestial, which is really awkward. But it's actually game carrying because I get to get rid of his Faithful Adventurer. But now I do not have DPE. This is like the sign that summoning your Celestial means that you are thinking that you do not need DPE to win this game. And I was thinking the exact same thing. I do not need DPE to win this game. I just need to get rid of his his Adventurer engine, which people typically only play 1 Faithful Adventurer, which will let him to keep on grabbing resources from Adventurer resources from his deck. Luckily, I get Pot of Resources. I get resources from Pot of Prosperity, and again, I also discard the same kind of stuff. I get rid of DP and Verde because they are completely useless to me now after I've summoned Celestial. I will go into Beat. Luckily I got Beat into his thing, and I'll go into Diner here. Diner, why I chose Diner over anything else is because I don't know if these guys have any like graveyard effects. I didn't want to read them, so I just decided that I would just go kill every single Adventurer card and hope that it just doesn't recycle itself. This is the first time I've seen that transform actually. But he doesn't attack, which is really weird because he could have. I mean, he can. This is the other effect of Dino. Only this guy can. Your for hire has got other cards have got protection because you can only your enemy can only target Dino, which is really, really nice. I get a special summon this card and add a card. I'm gonna get the Monster Negate now, which technically isn't a Monster Negate because I don't have a for hire monster. But this will allow me to excavate for a for hire monster, and now it is a Monster Negate. And now we just flood the board and kind of kill them. This happens in like 30% of the game. You either get carried by all your extra deck cards, or you get carried by the actual like swarming of the for hires, which is really, really awesome. That's why this is when I was like, when I opened my eyes and was like, yes, this deck is kinda cool. But anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed for hires. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace guys.